I've noticed that very few videos show you how to set up Chinese apps like Alipay and WeChat from the very beginning. They usually start with an account that's already working with a Chinese mobile number and bank account, which isn't very helpful if you are a foreigner who just booked a flight 10 minutes ago. So today, I'm going to walk you through the entire process. I'm registering a brand new account from scratch, using US phone number and a US Visa credit card, just like a tourist who doesn't have any account in China. We will cover the setup, the hidden problems, and then take them out for a real-world test drive. I'm China Travel Master, helping you travel smarter in China. After traveling to over 200 cities in China, I can tell you that mastering mobile payment is the single most important thing you can do to ensure a smooth trip. Let's start with Alipay. I'm using my Google Pixel 7. The process on an iPhone should be pretty similar. First, go to your Play Store, search for Alipay, and hit download. Okay, here we go. First up is the privacy policy. I can't read all of this, but I guess I have to agree. Now, let's sign up with a mobile number. You might see an option for email, but I believe you will still need to verify your mobile number for payment later, so this is the most direct way. Verification code. Okay, another verification, pretty standard for security. Now we are in. The next crucial step is to add bank card. I'm going to try adding my Visa credit card from Chase. If a credit card works, a debit card from Visa or Mastercard should work as well. Before adding the card, it's asking me to set up 6-digit password for payment. This is like a PIN you will use for transactions, so make sure it's something you will remember. Now for my bank card info, I'm just going to blur this part for security reasons. And here is an important tip from Alipay after adding the card. It says I can spend up to 15,000 yuan before needing to do a full identity verification. That's pretty generous limit for most tourists on a short trip. One last thing to show you here, Alipay isn't just for payment, it's a super app. You can see there are many other apps inside it. For example, you don't have to download Didi separately to take a taxi. You can access right here. You can also book flights, trains, and hotels. It's incredibly powerful. Okay, now for WeChat. WeChat is the center of social life in China. You can use it for chatting, make payments, ordering food, buying tickets. Many museums and tourist spots also use WeChat for reservations. It does everything. The story is similar. Register with my phone number. Agree to the privacy policy. Another verification. It's asking for a friend with a qualified WeChat account to scan this QR code. This is a huge bummer if you don't know anyone in China. The rule is pretty strict. An existing account can only verify someone else once a month. This is a step nobody talks about. This might blame to my VPN network. I'm not sure if you will see the same thing. Let me use my other account to unlock it. Now verification code. After that, you can add your friend and start chatting. You can translate the message. So don't worry when you're chatting with your new Chinese friends. WeChat is a super app. Most Chinese chat online here. You can also find Didi to take taxi, Dianping to read reviews, and Meituan to order food delivered here. Now that we are in, let's set up the most important part for tourists, WeChat Pay. I will add my Visa credit card here, and I will blur this part again. Now WeChat system is a bit different. It gives you 0 international card fees for the first 60 days. After that, I think that's 3% international fee. I'm not sure if some credit card can waive this, especially when it's charged in Chinese yuan. And there is a 1,000 yuan daily spending limit, which should be sufficient if you are not taking the luxury tour. So it looks like we are all set right. Wrong. I made one critical mistake during the setup. I will show what it was and how to actually use WeChat Pay in real life. Okay, we have our new Alipay and WeChat account set up. Now it's time to put them to the test. Today's plan is simple. Taking the metro to a barbecue restaurant, and then ride bike back home. Let's see what happens. First, let's try to get a metro card in Alipay. Oops, it's asking for identity verification, and my ID has been already used by another account. It should not be a problem for tourists, but I have to pivot to plan B. Didi. You don't have to download Didi app, just book a ride on Alipay. The address works in English. Great. Select the car. Booked. Okay, this screen is in Chinese, asking for permission to pay without a password. The whole experience is very similar to Uber or Grab, just slightly different on payments. The ride costs 16.7 yuan and charges $2.33 US on my credit card. US dollar to Chinese yuan is 7.16-ish these days. the conversion ratio is pretty good. The car is here, super quick. You can check the color and license plate, just like Uber. The driver will often ask for the last 4 digits of your phone number to confirm. Let's go. Most new restaurants in China have your order on your phone now. Let's try this with WeChat. You can even turn on translation to see the menu. Enter the cart and check out. Food is delicious, definitely worth the wait. Time to pay the bill. Try our new WeChat Pay. The cashier scans my code and... what? It doesn't work. This was my most embarrassing moment. I didn't even film it because it was so unexpected. Payment looked like it went through, but 30 seconds later, the cashier told me it failed. WeChat is asking for identity verification. I had to go back to my table and start the verification process. It says it can take up to 1 day. This is why you always need a backup. I switched to Alipay and it worked. The bill was 189 yuan, charges $26.38 US on my credit card. Barbecue can be a bit pricey here, but I definitely ordered enough for 2 people. Just 15 minutes later, the WeChat review passed. There is a street vendor selling lotus seeds. Let's test it. If you can pay them, you can pay anyone in China. Scan. 10 yuan. Done. It works. Now time to bike home. I personally think the bike sharing is the most convenient way to explore the Chinese city. Bikes in different colors are from different apps. Blue bikes work with Alipay. Use WeChat or their own apps for yellow and green ones. Let's scan this blue one. Identity verification again. But the good news is you can just grant permission directly from Alipay, which is super easy. Now watch out for this. We'll try to sell you a monthly pass or package. You don't need it. I'm going to take the third option, close it. Make sure you always bike in allowed areas. And when it's time to park, this is where it can get tricky. Some cities require you to park in designated spots. If you park outside, the app might not allow you to lock the bike. Honestly, it can be really frustrating to find a spot when you have to go across 2 streets. This city is simple, just park in the allowed area. Make sure you lock the bike. If you don't, it will keep charging you. Some have a physical lock like this, others you lock within an app. And for the last step, payment. Again, it will try to sell you a package. Just ignore it and pay for your single ride. This trip cost me 2 yuan, charges 28 cents on my credit card. So Alipay or WeChat Pay? My personal preference is Alipay for most big expenses like transportation and online shopping, so I can keep these records separate from my social life. WeChat Pay is fantastic for splitting bills with friends, book museums and tourist spots. I've seen some small shops that only accept one or the other. So for tourists, my final advice is simple: get both. You might see other videos suggesting you download a whole bunch of separate apps, like Didi for taxi and Meituan for food delivery. My advice: for a short trip, you really don't need to bother. As I showed earlier, you can access these essential services right inside Alipay and WeChat, which keeps things simple by sharing identity verification and payment process. However, if you plan to heavily rely on the service, for example, you will be taking a lot of taxis or ordering food delivery every night, just download the standalone app. Sometimes, they offer exclusive discounts or package deals that you won't be able to find in the super apps. And what about booking a flight, trains, or even entire tours before you go? An app like Trip.com is a fantastic option for foreigners. I assume it should be a good option for booking a trip to destinations that are harder to reach on your own, or if you just want to plan your whole trip in one place. How about this? If the video gets 1,000 likes, I will make a vlog showing you the entire travel experience booking a trip from Trip.com. So if you want to see that, you know what to do. I'm China Travel Master, helping you travel smarter in China. If you find this guide helpful, please subscribe to my channel and save this video for your trip. And if you have a question at all, ask me in the comments below. Thanks for watching.